Hey, welcome back to another Ping Pong Flix show, genre, etc. video. I got breaking news for you tokusatsu fans out there, and I hope there are a lot out there because this is exciting news, at least for me. Because me, being a tokusatsu fan, I love Ultraman, Super Sentai, Godzilla, Monsterverse, and Kamen Rider. There is going to be a new Kamen Rider movie. It's going to be called Shin Kamen Rider. Now, if that sounds familiar, I don't mean this guy. This is the 1992 Shin Kamen Rider, which is it was kind of gross, but it was really cool. It was like horror type, and yeah, metamorphosis and things like that. Definitely, it's interesting, but it's not that one. This is a new retelling of the first original Kamen Rider the first. But no, it's not this one either. This was a cool movie in the 2000s. Kamen Rider the first, absolutely amazing. Great stunts, great fights. The story had a lot of subplots, but essentially it was a very fun time, including Kamen Rider the Next, which was a sequel to that, which introduced Kamen Rider V3 into the mix, but it's not a continuation of this. I would have loved to see a continuation of this. Don't get me wrong, it was great to see like Kamen Rider X and then the other Kamen Riders involved, but no, this is a retelling of Kamen Rider, which is why it's called Shin Kamen Rider, and this is being developed by Hideaki Anno, who did other things, is writing and directing Shin Kamen Rider, a live-action film that will open in March 2023. The Kamen Rider 50th Anniversary Project Unveiling event made the announcement on Saturday. The Toei production credits Shotaro Ishinomori as the original creator of Japan's iconic superhero. Now, there's a lot of Shin things out there, and I'm going to tell you why this sounds so familiar. Hideaki Anno is also the person who pretty much developed Shin Godzilla, Shin Evangelion, and also the recently Shin Ultraman, which I did a video on, and it seems like people are really excited about that one. And now he's getting to do Shin Kamen Rider. Anno said that 5 decades ago, almost every grade schoolboy was enthralled by the life-size hero Kamen Rider. I was no exception. I launched this project out of the desire to bring back a little for the great gifts I received from the TV show 5 decades ago in the form of a movie 5 decades later, right? So Anno noted that the production project launched with the first planning memo 6 years ago. However, the production schedule slipped due to the new coronavirus disease, so the opening date has been pushed back about 2 years later than previously planned. But March 2023, it can't come soon enough. Toei presented a Kamen Rider 50th anniversary memorial video edited by Anno. The first Kamen Rider television series premiered on this day, exactly half a century ago. Now, if you remember the franchise, it began in 1971 with the Kamen Rider television series, which followed college student Takeshi Hongo and his quest to defeat the world-conquering Shocker organization. Now, this was a really fun series, and actually, you can probably watch this now on YouTube, I think, and other streaming services as well. It's kind of like Power Rangers, if you will, but it has to deal with one cyborg, and he changes into Kamen Rider. He rides a motorcycle. He fights all of these different minions and monsters every episode, and it's actually a little bit darker than Power Rangers. So if you're looking, yeah, it's kind of still kiddie, but definitely it's really fun. And they've been making Kamen Rider series every single year since then. It has grown exponentially. There's multiple movies and stuff like that, but we're going back to the beginning with Shin Kamen Rider. And that's why they call it Shin Kamen Rider. Shin means new. It's a new version, a new reimagining of the original Kamen Rider. And just judging from the looks of it, it looks grittier, it looks darker, but it's still got the awesome helmet on there. He's got that trench coat, or it's now a trench coat. It used to be just a jacket. You see the belt there, the iconic belt that changes them into the Kamen Rider or Masked Rider, as we've said in the States, and also got that scarf thing that goes around that sash as well, which is really cool. But it does show that this is going to be a darker version, a grittier adult version. Looking, he's injured as well. I like the look of this. I love the design of this. I can't wait to see what the live action is going to look like. We'll probably have to wait a little longer to actually see some real pieces for this, but maybe like Shin Ultraman, we'll get a good trailer about in maybe next year or so. So really looking forward to Shin Kamen Rider. We've got Shin, like I said, Shin Godzilla, Shin Ultraman, now Shin Kamen Rider. What's next, Hideaki? Are you gonna get and tackle like Shin Super Sentai as well? Shin Go Rangers? This is going to be insane.